Today, I'd like to talk about the Sprinkler decision known as Roe versus Wade in 1973. In the case of Roe versus Wade, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that a woman's constitutional right to privacy includes the right to abort a fetus during the first trimester. That is, the first 3 months of pregnancy. In the 7-2 vote, the Supreme Court determined not only the woman have a constitutional right to abortion during the first 3 months of pregnancy, but also that beyond 3 months the fetus is viable, which means it is able to continue to live, and the state therefore has a responsibility for protecting it. In case where the first filed by Nolan who sued the state of Texas for denying her right to abortion. One controversy in the High Court history barred the states from prohibiting abortion in the first trimester. The ruling gave rise to opposing movements, one to preserve women's right to have abortions, and the other to limit or deny that right. As you know, the first is called pro-choice, the second is pro-life or life-to-life. The decision in Roe v. Wade prompted a decades-long spirited and some flimsy national debate mainly over 3 issues. First, the legality of terminating pregnancy. Second, the role of spiritual and education. Third, the role of religious of the political spheres. Thus, Roe versus Wade became one of the most politically significant Supreme Court decisions in history, and had a profound moral and legal implication as well. The decision consequently reshaped national politics, divided the nation, and inspired grassroots activism. Did anyone watch the Senate conference? Okay, when you did, good. At one point, the whole procedure turned quite a confrontation. Do you remember? Even Rita's wife fled to hearing room in tears. What was born of criticism and him giving complete and inconsistent answers the whole time? Yeah, he said the message, and Democratic senators got excited over his comment. What did he say? Something like, I would be willing to reverse, to revisit the ruling, I think. I mean, besides his hedging questions. He didn't really answer the will he or won't. Yes, that's more like it, but that's not all. He was accused of being a sexist too. You remember, he is a member of an alumni group that wanted to restore enrollment of women on minority. Between two issues, isn't it, Laura? Here, I think the main source of contention was his comment to the effect that he might be willing to revisit the decision that legalized abortion nationwide. What this means is he left the door of reversing the decision. As a witness in the Alito's case, the question of adherence to the decision has since been the Reverend Arthur Prescott's nominee in the Senate conference hearings. Speaking generally, opposition to Roe comes from those who view the court's decision as illegitimate for sorry, too far from the Constitution, and those who conceive of the fetus as an entire person. Support for Roe comes from Roe for simultaneous necessary to prevent women's life and personal freedom, and those who believe in the primacy of individual over collective right. Let's look back and take a look at the debate's background history. Well, we tend to get easily bogged down by carrying fairly and are unable to see the whole picture. I think it's very illuminating to see how abortion was regarded before it became a highly political issue. So here we go. Since before the time of the American Revolution, the legal status of abortion was indeed gone through various changes, and colonial American law abortion was legal, provided that it before mid could be failed, which is generally admitted when through pregnancy. In the 1830s, abortion was widely spread as a mass of vascular check major and magazine in this era. You will find that routinely and manufacturers carried advantage of abortion and frequently discussed the topic with their doctors. By the 1860s, doctors estimated that women had one every 4 live births. In 1860, newly created American Medical Association began for the ethical hygiene reasons a campaign to outlaw abortions, except when deemed necessary by doctors themselves. The rate for these no rules are underrun, but substantial numbers of women continued to have abortions throughout the 19th century and into the 20s. In the 1950s, the movement to repeal state law banning abortion was begun. In the context of concern over post-war population explosion, or groups like the Roman Catholic Church and various fundamentalists and evangelical Protestants. In this state of constant face-off in 1973, a case was filed by Norma McGovey. She sued the state of Texas for denying her right to abortion. Jane Roe extended areas for protected identity. And for all states were so many were actually doing so. On the case of the Supreme Court, few people expected the justice to overturn the Texas law. That was because the court had become increasingly conservative with the appointment by President Richard Nixon of Chief Justice Warren Burger and Justice Harry Blackmun, Louis Powell, and William Rehnquist, and the retirement of Chief Justice Al Warren, and the deaths of Hugo Black and John Marshall Harlan too, all judicial rebels. Roe vs. Wade, important in itself, also raised the issue concerning the degree to which the federal government could judge. The federal government could legislate the most private and fundamental issues of life and death, including the question of when life begins. This is a question that has proved to be political dilemma that we all know by now, and that is and will be debated by scientists, moralists, and theologians for many years to come. That's about the only thing I read up about the whole thing. 哎，我自己。